Hey, this is Epykk with the Chosen Prime. Today we'll be taking a look at IronTrans IR-V01 STAR BLADE. This, of course, is their take on a masterpiece G1 Star Sabre. And if you're not familiar with Star Sabre, he becomes leader of the Autobots after Jinrai, which Jinrai became leader after Optimus Prime. Now, Starblade here is a highly posable and fantastic figure, and he also comes with quite a few accessories. So we're going to start off by taking a look at what he comes with. So he comes with two separate sets of instructions. One set is to show how to get Sabre transformed into the jet, and then on the other side, it shows how to combine Sabre with the V-Star for that jet mode. And then the other set shows how to combine Sabre and the V-Star into Star Sabre. Alright, and then next you have the Brain of Courage. So this is the little robot that Star Sabre transfers his consciousness into. So yeah, it's really tiny, but it does have a little bit of articulation on the arms. There's a swivel, and then the legs can kick back and forth, and that's about it. There's no outward movement or anything like that, but yeah, really tiny. But it is also fully painted, so that's pretty nice. Pull the chest down, and there's no really way for him to peg inside, but you could just stand him up inside there or whatever and close that up, and he's in there. Probably a little bit better way is to open up this section back here, put him in a seating pose, or seated pose, sorry, and yeah, he'll just sit down in there and he won't really rattle around or anything, so that's probably a better way to store him. We'll just leave him there for now. Next, you have Sabre's sword. So this is fully painted. You have silver here along the blade, and then the rest is metallic red, some gold, and even the hilt is gunmetal that's painted as well. We have his gun, which is also painted, and you can flip this part out so Star Sabre can hold it. Or this peg here will go into Sabre's hand. So he has these round ports here. Just plug that into his hand, and there you go. So we have some additional hands for Sabre. Take off one of the hands. So there you go. And you do need to swap back to the closed fist for transformation. We have the front of the jet for Sabre when he transforms. So yeah, this is also fully painted, again in red, and you get some gunmetal there, some gold, and even the landing gear is painted. So this also does double as Star Sabre's sword. So you get this hilt. This is actually not painted, but you open up this section here, and you can slide this. You'll see these two slots here, and that will actually port over this. So flip it over and just tab it in. Actually, I think I got that backwards. Let's see. There we go. And close that back up. And close that up. And there you go. You got half the sword. So for the rest, open this piece up here and bring in the blade. So you have a nice long painted blade for Star Sabre with the pegs there, and then this hole here, it will port in just like that. And you can close this back up on top of it and line that hole up, and there you go. you have Star Sabre's blade. Next, we'll bring in Sabre. Sabre is also fully painted. So you have the metallic blue on the eyes, and then some gold on the head crest there. The rest of the blue is nicely painted in a metallic. And you have this pearl finish on the white, if you can see that. So that looks really nice. And some gunmetal paint colors here and here. More gold there on the crotch area. Some pearl. I don't know if that's paint or if it's just the type of plastic, but it looks nice either way. And then down you got some gold bits there right underneath the knee, and then the rest is that same red that we saw earlier. So for his articulation, he can look up a good ways, down not so much, a little bit down, and his head is just on a hinge, so no tilt side to side, but he can of course look left and right. The shoulders are double hinged, mostly for transformation, but you can use the hinge however you want and get the arm all the way out past 90 degrees. And we'll just bring that back up. And of course it's on a swivel, squeaky swivel, but yeah, he can rotate the arm around. The elbow is just on this single hinge that gets him right at 90 degrees, a little bit past. The hand is on a peg, so you get the swivel there. And of course you do have the swap out hands if you don't like the closed fist. The waist is on a swivel, so you do get some left and right movement out of that. The legs are also on just a swivel there, so he can kick up about 90 degrees. Back is going to be hindered to the by the backpack, but he can go back about that far. And due to the hinge that it's on, he can kick out 90 degrees. And of course, you do get a swivel. The knees are on a hinge here and one there, but the one on the bottom doesn't let the knee go backwards really because it's blocked here. So he can get a little bit better than 90 degrees. And the feet are just on a little pin there, so they can only go up and down as much as you want, but there is no side to side or no tilt. To get Sabre transformed into his jet mode, you want to turn the head around, and then you want to close the fist in like that. And you can also collapse the arm on this hinge, so it sits this way. And the shoulder is on this double hinge, so just flip it out and bring it down to his side. Same thing on this side. Fold the hand in, collapse the arm, and bring the arm down to his side like that. You also want to unfold the wings, and you'll see this peg here and this port there, and just collapse it on top on both sides. And then the legs, you want to unfurl this gold piece here. You want to fold the leg on this secondary hinge up like this until the gold piece goes back behind. We'll do it again on this side. So just rotate it up. Let's see, get a better angle. Rotate it up like this until it folds into place. And then you'll see this I guess, tab back here at the small of his back, and there's a port there on the inside of the leg. And you just want to line that up so it goes inside there on both sides, and then you'll tab it together. Be sure to fold the feet up, and then bring the wings out, extend them, fold them up, and then the inside fins, fold those down. Open this, and it will peg in here, right on the outside of his head there. So just line it up. Peg that in, and you can collapse that. And there you have him in his jet mode, and you see the Brain Master is still inside. A little bit shaken up, but let's get him fixed. There you go. Now he does have landing gear, so the front section, you can actually just open this and it'll swing down for you. And the rear landing gear is actually this separate piece here. So these two pegs here will go in between the legs there, and then this tab here will fit right there in his no-no part. And there he is with his landing gear. And the wheels are, they look like they're die cast, but I think it's just plastic, and they are painted. Same thing for the front. All right, now we'll transform the V-Star into alt mode. So take the thumb and press it down flat up against the fist, and you want to rotate 90 degrees. Open this flap here and go ahead and tuck the fist inside and get that closed back up. Open this part, tilt the shoulder pad down, open this flap, and make sure it's been at a 45-degree angle so you can clear the tab from the white section there, and slide it down. Once it's clear of that tab, then bring it all the way down and snaps into place. Then you can close this back up. On the foot, take the heel, fold it in, bring the foot down, and then the toe, you want to fold it up on top of the heel. Turn the figure around. On the thigh, you want to rotate it inward 90 degrees. Press this panel in and rotate the leg back outwards like this. So then you want to use the knee joint, bring the leg out, and then fold it in on this second hinge. So again, on this side, we'll rotate the thigh out, press this part in, rotate the bottom leg like that, and then you want to rotate at the knee and then rotate this part. So should look like this. Right underneath the hip skirt on the thigh, there's these panels that you can swing out. The one all the way to the back, you want to use it and connect to the this peg here. Now on the back, you want to flip this up and bring it back, and you can also unpeg here and bring these panels out. They're on double hinges. Just bring them out, and then you have another panel on the inside that also needs to be unfolded. And same on this side. Just unfold that. Bring it all the way back, and it tabs in a couple of places here. So these two tabs will tab in on the inside ports, that one and that one. And then this white tab here will tab in here. So just line it up and tab that one in, tab the second one in, and also it'll tab in, that one's already tabbed in, but there's a slot on the leg here on both sides where this tabs into. So we'll show it when I get to the other side. But tab that in, and then make sure this is tabbed in right there. Okay, we'll do it again from the other side. So you can see this one here wants to line up and go into the leg back there, and then these tabs will slide into those ports. Oops. And then tab here in the front. Next, you want to prepare Sabre, so just flip the wing up here and these wings down. Sabre will clip into the V-Star on these clips here. And he clips in on these I guess ports right there under the wing or above the wing. The best way I found to do it is to have the wings poking out through here. Fold out the wings, and same for these wings. Fold those out and pull out the landing gear, and then there's also landing gear here with the wheels tucked in. The last thing to do is flip this panel up, and you want to bring in Star Sabre's head with the antenna pointed forwards and the face flipped up, and then you can just peg it on to that tab there. All right, just like in the show. And finally, you can bring in the gun and peg it in right there. Bring in Sabre, and real quick, just to show you, the brain unit is still inside there. Bring out the shoulder on the hinge about 90 degrees, double hinge this and collapse it like that, and then fold in the fist so it's just like this, and then just drop the whole thing down to his side. And it doesn't lock in anywhere, but it will sit at his side just like that. Next thing you want to do is fold the feet up, and then you can tab the legs together, and then the knees are also on double hinges here and here. So just take the whole thing and swing it up about that far, and then these two pegs will tab into his chest right there. So go ahead and oops, let's see, try to keep this all together. There we go. Peg in there and peg in there. There we go. Okay, and while you're at it, you can also fold these wings out and back like this. So you should have something like this. Now for the V-Star, you want to use these butterfly joints and swing the arms forward so you have clearance to sit Sabre inside this cavity right here. You'll see a tab here, and then these grooves here where his legs will be able to go. On the bottom of Sabre, you'll see a port for that same tab right there. So you want him to fit into that spot. It's really simple. You just slide him in. This is the channels where the knees or the legs will go in between there. And from this angle, you may be able to see, but you just push it down, and that's pretty much it. Just press down all the way. The wings, you can position those however you want. Just put them here on the side. I like to put them so they sit up against this incline here. Now we'll bring in Star Sabre's head, and yeah, this is also fully painted in the same metallic red, the gunmetal, silver for the face, gold here on the crest, and yeah, looks really good. Fit it right on top of Sabre's head, and as you do, the faceplate will drop down. There you go. The mask should come down about that far. Bring the antenna out. There you have Star Sabre fully combined. So again, everything is nice and fully painted, and he is a very impressive looking figure. So for his articulation, the head of course remains the same as Sabre, so he can look down, up just a little bit, and then a little bit tilt side to side, and of course he can look left and right. The shoulders, if you want to move the wings out of the way, the shoulders are on a single hinge and also a swivel, a metal swivel, so he can go 360 of course. And then for the hinge, you can lift this piece up and he can hinge it up and down at the shoulder. He has up and down at the shoulder, and of course this top comes out of the way, so you can get up to about 90 degrees. Okay, put that down. And he also has a swivel at the top of the bicep, and then he also has a double hinge at the elbow, so he can get a little past 90 degrees with those thick forearms. And for the wrist can swivel, and the hands themselves are fully articulated fingers that can open and also spread on the fingers with 1, 2, 3 hinges on each finger, and the thumb is on a ball joint and a hinge, 2 hinges. The midsection is on a tight swivel, but he can twist left and right, and also it's on a double hinge, so the top half can tilt forward, and he can also bend at the waist, so you get 2 bends there, and he can also go back. The legs have hip skirts that get out of the way, and a metal hinge that moves all the way forward for a nice high kick. And it can move all the way back about, well, not all the way back. It can move back about that far, so not very much back. And out to the side past 90 degrees, And also there's a swivel there for the thigh. The knee has a double joint, so he can get back. Let's see. He can get a full deep knee bend there. And then he also has a swivel right below the knee. The feet are tricky. It's a really, really stiff joint inside here. So we can drop the toe down and move it up, and the heel just can move in for transformation. But you can drop the whole foot down and we can see this joint inside. And again, it's really, really stiff. You can rotate this joint and tilt the foot back and forth however you want it. So he does have a side to side tilt, but again, it's really stiff. Alright, here is Sabre and the V-Star fully combined to form the Autobot's Supreme Commander known as Star Sabre, or in this case, Star Blade. Star Blade is masterpiece scale, so for a size comparison, here he is next to some of his fellow Autobots. So that is the IronTrans fully painted and highly articulated Star Blade. He is available for you to pre-order on the Chosen Prime, so if you're interested, please go to thechosenprime.com and pre-order yours. Again, this is Epykk with the Chosen Prime, and have a good day.